Well, this one here is a British Enfield, pattern 1914, manufactured by Remington Arms. This was an emergency weapon contracted by the British government during the First World War to supplement the limited supply of small magazine Enfields they had on hand. Eventually, after the contract was fulfilled, these rifles were produced as the U.S. Model 1917. But this one, as you can see, is the P14, as they're sometimes called. It is an original rifle. It still has some of its volley sight on there. The volley sight was used to rain bullets down on the enemy from long distances. This is the volley sight, rear sight right there. Oops. And the front sight would have been right here, but that's missing, fortunately. Unlike the US 1917s, they are not dated on the barrel. This has a pristine bore. The stock is still in very good shape. A lot of meat on there. It's like it's never been sanded that I can tell. Good, heavy walnut. As you can see, the British, for some reason, have its serial number in two places. It's underneath the handle, and again, oops, I don't know if you can see that. There's a serial number there too. Let's see if we can focus in. Right there, on top. Guess they changed their mind about where they wanted it. And it is matching. You can see where they removed the stock disc over here. Too bad they didn't leave that. That would have been nice. It's an original British sling on there. Caliber .303, of course. The 1917 US was .30-06, but this is .303, the original. You can see where it's cut for the .303 stripper clip there to go into the magazine. Story behind this gun, this rifle, was that the British had the design on the drawing board as a replacement for the small magazine Enfield. But they shelved that because war clouds were building and you stick with what you have. But when an emergency rifle was needed, they pulled the design out, handed it to Remington, and Remington built millions of these rifles, along with various other rifles they were building during the war for the Russian government and some other ones, and later for us. And when the United States entered the First World War, we had no rifles to speak of. So it was a godsend that we actually had Remington producing these, and they were so easily convertible to .30-06. In fact, I think they were a better rifle as a .30-06 than .303. I've always liked these. They're nice shooters, good steady rifles, decent sights, which were ahead of their time in 1914. See if I can pop that up so you can see it a little better. There we go. A little bit of cosmoline on the rifle. It's been in storage for a while. Rear-mounted sights wouldn't come along again until the M1 Garand, at least for U.S. weapons. Sights mounted on the rear of the receiver anyway. And that's a look at the British Enfield 1914.